All right, welcome back. We got an extra week added, so we'll be back again next week, and we won't have any more.
So was audition moved back till after spring break?
No, tryouts have been moved. The drum major tryouts are March 23rd, and the leadership tryouts are March 25th. Interviews are next week.
So the interviews are the same days?
Like I won.
I went to.
Yeah. Yeah. And the interviews are next week. I don't know 100% about. Has anyone sent anything out about signing up for interviews yet? Okay. I'll look into that a little more. And it's something. It's one of the things we're going to discuss tomorrow with leadership with everybody else. So today we're going to be going back over 3 pattern because we ended with that last week. We're going over 3 pattern. Then we're going to discuss cues, and we're going to use the cues practicing to music. So think about songs you'd like to play. And then we're just going to go over the fast 3 really quick. And then we're just going to keep rehearsing everything else we've learned if we have time. Cool? Awesome. I need to make sure this is cool. Nobody's in. Our question for the day is, why do you want to be a drum major?
I don't know this question. I don't know my answer. I don't know the question.
Yeah.
When you have your answer, make eye contact with me and give me a thumbs up. Oscar turns around. Okay, you're good. I understand. Just go around, whatever you want to do. Beautiful red knife.
This was last week. Can someone else be the spotlight this week?
You want to switch places with
Oscar
someone?
wasn't here last week, so
Yeah, Oscar, you get center. Come here. Oh, we haven't talked about. We should probably talk about matching next week. Practice matching.
So we're having a lesson and interviews next week?
Yeah,
And then try to a week.
tryouts are the week after because we have spring
Oh,
break.
spring break. Right.
Yeah. And once that happens, once tryouts and drum majors are decided, you guys get more extra lessons. Like whenever I feel like giving them about extra stuff I wish I knew when I was a drum major.
So
Does anybody have an answer?
Yes.
I was stalling for time. Yes. Question. You had one?
until you just asked me. No, just okay. So drum majors on Tuesday, leadership's on Wednesday. When are the interviews?
Throughout the week.
Okay.
Throughout the week. It's like the 9th through the 12th.
Do you think they're gonna be in person or like a
They,
Teams meeting?
they should be in person, but if you don't feel safe, you can speak with them and do online. All stuff we'll cover more tomorrow.
Cool. Okay.
All right. Reagan was ready first. So Reagan, why do you want to be a drum major?
Well, like some people or most people would know at this point, I want to be a teacher in my adult years. So I've had the opportunity of teaching my section, but if I were to be drum major, I'd be able to teach people of different learning types, people who are bigger sections, smaller sections, people who are more excited, less excited about band. And, you know, my section, we act very much like siblings. So we like bicker at each other all the time. So it would just be an experience to mingle with other types of people other than what I'm used to at this point.
Nice. I had a very similar reason to you. It's just, except it was more along the lines of I wanted to work with a bigger group, closer to what a director does. That's cool. I like the same person. All right. Who's next? Daryl.
Okay. All right, so I want to be a drum major because I really like being section leader, and I got the experience to teach and understand my section and experience what I show what I know, and I saw the impact I made, so I like to try that with an even bigger group and see what my impact is with that.
Cool. You want to impact a larger group of people. Nice. All right, Oscar.
I want to be a drum major because most of the people I've looked up to in this band have been drum majors. Like since my freshman year, they've all been like super guiding people who influenced me to want to be a leader. So I want to follow in their footsteps.
Cool. That's nice. Alexis is like, I'm one of those people, right? Are you okay? Are you just listening to a song that's making you emotional? Join us, Julia. All right, all very good reasons. There are obviously, well, I guess there could be wrong reasons for being a drum major. That's up to the directors to decide. None of those were wrong. Those were excellent reasons. I liked those reasons. I relate to those reasons. Every single one of you, just some more than others. All right, so let's do some exercises. Do you guys have any new exercises for us, or are we going to do the same ones?
I think it's not a new.
Have something new? Same one?
I don't have anything new.
Same one?
I think I have something new.
Something that we're actually able to do as weak little people?
I mean, we could do another
If it's
variation
another variation of
push-ups.
push-ups, we're not doing it.
Is it with our knees now? Like,
I mean, you could use our knees with the push-ups if you want.
Okay, let's get moving. Okay, let me take my rings off because they're making noises. Yeah, take your watches off, take your bracelets off, Fitbits to.
Hey, this is giving me some steps today. I was in a test for like 4 hours. I need some help.
Did all of you take ACT?
Yes.
Wow, I didn't.
I had to go home and take a nap because my brain hurts so much.
Okay. What are we doing first? Good question. Let's do left arm back. Please. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Check it out. Another little ball. Small arm circles going forward. Okay. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Big arm circle. Going forward. Touch. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Check it out. I have no idea why it's still in his office. Is the door open? No, it's. It's true.
I'll do this one.
Joe, let's do your exercise. Cool. Awesome. Let's do your exercise.
What we already did. It was the thing.
Come up with another one. Oscar.
We could either do a wide push-up, or we could do a.
What is this?
No push.
Push-ups are
He
great.
was in football.
I was in football. That's all we did. That's all I know.
Good for you.
It's push-up variations.
That's all this week football. And
So it was like a really wide push-up.
It's a wide push-up.
Or.
Huh?
Or.
Were you gonna say tricep dips? Was that what that was?
Yeah.
I can do
Let's do
that.
tricep dips.
Let's do that.
You know what that is? Oscar?
Oh, boy.
They called it something different, I'm sure. Because we did this like my freshman year for fitness camp, I think.
We've done tricep dips
That's
before.
another
I
side.
don't remember.
Okay.
This is a every people friendly thing. Oscar, when you run fitness camps, I hope you don't make them do different types of push-ups
Oh my God,
the
please
entire
do.
time.
Please
Watch me. They need those.
Everyone will be on the floor.
You know what?
No one's gonna like
Especially
Yeah.
the brass players. Make them.
Start easy. Start easy. And if they start looking draft, then you can make it harder.
Let's go.
How many are we doing?
Let's do 16.
All right.
Do I lead?
Yeah.
1,
Two,
2,
3,
3,
4,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
All right, Reagan. That's yours. Okay. Nicole. Nikki. I don't know why I called her Nicole.
It's best with two people, but I've never used a second person. I don't know, I guess, I don't know what to call them, but basically you reach your arm out, and you kind of like push your shoulder forward, and you should feel a stretch, like right here.
Arms back. Arm out.
Arm straight up, and then like think about pushing your shoulder forward.
That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know, it stretches this part for me. Or
Oh,
like if you go up
I think I
against a
feel it.
wall.
I think
and
I've got
like-
it now.
Like someone push it.
I was about to say, you can use a person or a wall, but
I usually use a wall for these.
yeah,
I do the other one.
that's just how you can do it without a person.
Let's do this. How long do you want to do each one?
I don't know, 10 seconds?
10 seconds? Okay.
Start with the right.
Me too.
1, 2, 3,
3,
4,
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
1, 2,
2, 3, 4,
5,
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right, Gerald. Your exercise. You have to come up with another one. You have 5 seconds.
Can we do this?
Yeah.
Okay, so, put your right hand across your body, and then put your left hand above it. Just hold for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's switch sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Do you want one? You don't want one? No? Okay, let's do the ab exercise. We've been doing 3 times, 5 seconds.
Were you not here for this part?
I don't think so.
Oh,
You should
it's so lovely.
make the band do pushes. I could like make them do abdominal like make them suffer.
I was so excited for these camps, and I never got to do them.
Your legs with me are gonna burn. I swear. I swear to you.
Don't do that.
I'm gonna make up.
Some people in the band can't do jumping jacks. All right, ready? Legs up, palms on, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rest. Don't kill yourself. We'll do 10 on the last one. How about that? 3 and 10 on the last one. Right up. Palms on. Press. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come down.
6,
You said 10 on the last one. Weirdos. Trying to make yourself work harder. Right, come up. Palms on. Press. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Down. Relax. Let's do another exercise. The arms. We did triceps. Trying to think of something other than push-ups.
Like squats.
For what? Wait, what's the body?
An arm workout.
I won't be in.
I can't think of anything other than push-ups.
Everything.
Wall push-ups, those are easy.
Yeah, but then you have to touch the wall.
That's gross.
Okay, gloves.
Sanitizer.
Can't just
No, I don't want you guys touching the wall.
Hold on.
No, everything I know.
grab the air, guys.
We're gonna take turns lifting the Susan.
Oh, please.
That also involves touching things.
Can we get our own instruments? I put Iris on upstairs.
I could literally just hand you guys my backpack and take turns lifting it.
That's good.
It's light right now.
There's the two.
We're not lifting other people's things. There's just 2 5-foot.
Two stands in one hand. Two
Also-
stands in hand.
Touching
Also
things.
touching.
Or 3.
God.
We're gonna touch them later. Come on.
5 push-ups.
Yeah.
I'll do some research and find better.
My group.
Y'all wanna try to do handstand?
I cannot even. No. Ready?
Handstand.
And 1,
2, 3, 4, 5.
There's no shame in doing it.
Oscar, the eternal try harder. He's like, I have to do more than 5. Okay, stand up, kick your arms out. We're gonna do some conducting. We're gonna just jump straight into 3. Straight into 3 patterns. So 1, 3, 4. Those are the movements. If you watch the video,
Yeah.
you should know. So it's just 1, 3, 4. Gonna feel weird at first until you adjust.
And that's what we're gonna say, is 1, 3, 4,
Until you adjust.
right? Not
Say
1, 2,
whatever,
3.
say
It's
whatever
1,
works for
3,
you.
4.
Say what works best for you.
I did 1 and 3. Like,
Like
I did
outside,
10.
like when outside, we're saying whatever for us.
I wouldn't,
It's all good better. I don't think.
I wouldn't verbalize 1, 3, 4 that much for other people's sake, because they're hearing me like.
3, if you want to throw off your competition.
If you're gonna throw other people
Like
off,
last week, I was like 1, 2, 3, and I was like, wait, 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4.
So whatever is more comfortable for you,
whatever makes sense to you.
but we're doing the 3 pattern. I forgot that was the thing. I didn't even take the ACT and I'm just dumb. Okay, we're focusing on Oscar. If you guys are watching this video ahead, judge Oscar. Okay, set. Relax. Set. Do your count off. 6, 5, 6, 7, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1.
Make your 1 higher.
One, three, four, and stop. Relax. Take it out.
When you go out before, make sure you move more your shoulders too, because right now it kind of looks like you're just moving your elbows out, kind of like this. I'm exaggerating, but like that's what it looks like. So move your shoulders.
Did you practice it all today?
Yeah. Like in front of my mirror in the back.
And you know it's super.
Like make me like a curve.
It's harder to see. And it's like just at the very bottom that you're doing. Can you think of anything to prevent swooping?
No. I don't know because I didn't do that. I wasn't one of the ones they talked to about that, so I don't know what they would have said.
I was always too stiff. Always too stiff.
I had a slight itching from, so I don't. The only thing like I would say was like really try it. Like if you ever practice on the table or whatever, like just try 3 and 4 on the table and see how like where your hands hit and if your hands are gliding over the surface.
So
at all or
I was
anything.
thinking maybe give him 2 stands and have them parallel and just he has to tap it. But the problem is he's hitting it and then he's coming to the side. So he's like curving the bottom just slightly and the rest is fine.
So like almost needs something like right here. and stuff
He like needs like little like braces around his arms. He needs a whole structure. I'm scratching at my arm for no reason. Okay. I might take you in there for a few minutes. Yeah.
That means y'all get me.
So I'd say work with them on the 3 pattern or reviewing anything else we've already covered because I don't want them moving too far fast. Okay. We grab a mat. We're gonna.
What if we're
If we've done 4, 4, 3, 4 count offs, the big at all. Yeah, we did that a couple weeks ago.
Yes, What do you feel confident in? What patterns do you feel good at? Or what aspect of conducting do you feel better at?
Going forward.
I'll just 4, yeah.
Which one is the hardest thing? 3, 4?
Because like it's super weird. It's like I need that extra beat in my brain to like, because on 3 and 4 and 4, 4, I don't feel like I'm doing what I'm doing in 3, 4. Like 3, 4 feels stupid whenever I do it.
What I know I've said like what I did is I've always been counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4. I've never done 1, 3, 4. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I almost did it. Did you see that? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I've always, and when I was first learning it, I remember Anna saying, like, think in whenever you're doing the 3 pattern. And so when I was first learning it, I would say, like, in, 2, 3, in, 2, 3, in, 2, instead of 1. So really just think of anything in your head that makes sense for a 3 pattern versus a 4 pattern, because you're probably going to use it. If I know movement 3, if I ever know movement 3, it's probably going to be in 3/4. So just think of whatever works for you. And your problem was you feel like you're fixing more or something? What do you think?
Yeah, like in 3/4, beats 2 and 3 feel like I'm like hitching. Whenever I do it in 4/4, I don't have that.
Are you thinking about the second? Are you thinking about beat 2, or like whenever you're saying it, you think about the fact that you're not saying 2, you're going to 3, 4?
I don't know. I'm just so focused on like, okay, and then it's in, not, it's different kind of patterns.
It'll get easier over time because now I just count it normally. And I'm pretty sure Mass does too. Mass counts it normally. So that's really all it is. You'll get past the fact that it's weird.
Yeah.
You'll get past that. So we're gonna do 3 again. So you can get a little more comfortable with the movement of the 3/4 pattern. So I'm not gonna make, I'm just gonna make you do 3, 4 right now. Set.
Six, 5, 6, 7, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1.
And you can.
One, two, three, 4.
I don't think,
I don't mind either.
I don't care. I don't care which one. Because that's not the part that's
It's like, is it like how you don't go up again? You
Yeah.
just go straight into the.
Yeah, and I don't know why, but it's going on the way my 3 and 4 was.
I completely I understand. Last year that was very well.
So I'm trying to figure out what I'm supposed to think to help me like
Yeah.
figure it out yet.
You could try I like this of the in, 2, 3, in, 2, 3, in. And like this help us be a little more precise.
And I remember whenever we were in 4/4, I was sleeping on 3 and 4. And then I thought kind of like a magnet right here to pull me in instead of like, I don't know, emphasizing the 2. That's what I mean.
I feel like I'm sleeping right now with 3, 4. But I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm sleeping. It just
I know,
feels
it's
like
like it's
it.
literally the exact same thing as 4/4, except without the, but it's like I need that. I don't know.
Okay, sorry. That was your news. What are we talking about?
3, 4, 4, 4.
We're just talking about like what confused us or what is best to say.
You figure it out for yourself? You don't have to figure it out today. It's like,
Well, like we know that it's not the counting, it's trying to think of what to like think in our minds to not make beats 2 and 3 look disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to figure out.
Let's put it into action. Yeah. 7. Oh, you're not even like.
No, I was gonna get more. Sorry.
7.
You said 7.
I thought she was gonna look up the song.
Oh, you want to do it now? I can do it. Oh.
Well, you were like, we're gonna put it into action, so that's what I thought.
No.
I know. Sure, that's all.
That's true.
Oh.
You're a teacher.
Yay, too much power, y'all. Don't do that. Seth. Oh, I said Seth, not Seth.
Seth?
Oh.
That is
Girl,
so
now.
unfair.
Ooh, okay, for real this time. Seth.
6, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3,
1, 2, 3, stop. Okay. Relax. Get set. I want to see where you're to. Where you. Okay, so make sure your hands are even. And okay. Now, so I've noticed that your patterns not done the same in the sense that your heights of the pattern are in like the same sort of like plane up here. And one has to be like the higher out of the other beats. So keep that in mind. I don't want you to go too high with one because then you'll be like up here. But so just try to make 2 and 3 lower than 1, but not too low to where it just looks like you're doing this.
Yeah.
But yeah. Wait, relax. Maybe I will make you do it. No, I won't. I'm gonna make you do. Do you know 3/4 cut?
I know what?
3/4 cut off? Okay, never mind. So, I was gonna teach you, but if you don't know, Gerald doesn't know. Then Gerald doesn't know. Sorry, I'm not going to teach you that.
You can cut time.
If you have questions, though, I'll be happy to answer later on if you have a question about it.
Did that look better than the first time?
What? Oh, yeah. yeah. My bad. Yeah, looks good. Yeah. It looks good. No. Let's do 4/4, so now you can watch y'all cut off. So I want you to do like 8 measures and cut off the 8th measure. So it's like count off and then 7 measures of 4 and then cut off on the 8th one.
Is it the fast or
Um,
is it the
let's do the small one first. Yeah, let's do that
That's
one first.
technically the only one that caused it.
oh maybe the
Let's do that one first. Okay. All right. Set. You're doing 4, 4.
6, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 4, 6, 4, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. We'll do it again, but this time the big one. Okay.
6, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down.
I like that. Okay, next.
Oh, we practiced this final class. What were you just getting them to conduct different?
I just wanted to see their cutoffs. So.
Okay. You just reminded me of something I probably need to teach. We probably need to teach them next week. Stuff.
I was thinking about that
thought
earlier
about that
though.
today.
I was thinking about that
I
earlier.
was like, I haven't taught this yet. You'll find out next week. Find out next week. Okay. Let us discuss cues. Would you like to discuss cues with them?
Yes.
You've been doing great with them. So.
I don't know about that. Okay. So what? There's like this one. Is it like this one? Is it,
Who's that one? There's like
this.
there's the
Oh,
cue,
this.
and then there's like the area cue. There's the big cue where you don't actually jump.
Okay, so I'm gonna do the easy one first. The big one is literally just a big one. Not literally it. That's usually when you'll use it to one for like, I don't know, like entrances. Like say there's like a brass entrance or something, you'll hit them with a big, yeah, you know,
Like a big
or something that we did
like
was
there's
a big.
like battery solo, and all of a sudden the brass comes in with a and you're just like,
Or like one that we were doing for a while, there was a bigger 3, like for like a brass, like big note entrance on 3, where it's like, it's 1, 2, 3.
So you're
4,
you're making your cues deeper,
Mhm.
and you're making the beat before bigger and easier to see. Sometimes you'll move your body with it and hit. It's a deeper hit.
Yes. That one, I think yeah, I think I do kind of smoot with that one a little bit, but it's only to,
I don't say so. Say dig.
I think I do dig a little bit with that one, but that's only because I'm trying to emphasize where you come in. Because for me, I know for a fact that when it's stuff like cues and stuff, I stop counting in my head on the field, and I just where's the jump major? They're most likely doing it. So, and then I don't know how to explain this one. No.
I was never good. I was never coordinated enough to do this properly, but it's like 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1.
I just didn't know. Don't do my.
You're supposed to like do a light chest tap. Because I always would like beat my chest, and you're like, don't do that.
Oh.
With your right or left.
So
Your
it's
left.
I remember they
So,
tried teaching
1,
this
2,
software
3,
last
4, and 1.
So it's kind of tough because you gotta like coordinate your hands a little bit.
I'm not.
6, 4, and 1. I'm just gonna watch you guys go along the line. You can practice on your own, but I'm gonna watch.
Wait, don't do this. Don't do
Just
that.
like,
It's just in.
You're focusing on.
So, yeah, you kind of make a fist, though. I'm doing it like so. Maybe it's 1, 2,
Or
3,
take
4,
one.
and
So
you
10
kinda
is on the
do like
chest.
how it is.
Oh.
So, it's
Just make sure
okay.
it's not lower.
Does it have to be angled or just?
That's good. So you're still
It would be
kinda like-
angled if there was like a
Open up.
specific group.
So just think about
But
it
if it's just like a small entrance.
You'll be more in time that way.
What you doing?
Instead of-
We were trying to do this last year. I was like,
Yeah, can you do it slower to figure it out, do that? You can also just like sit here and figure out how it looks.
I'm gonna put on a metronome. You can practice this with the metronome. Just bring this just a little bit.
Yeah.
So practice it on your own. You don't have to do it together. No count-ins necessary. Just the 4. You won't spend too long on that one.
You don't do anything with the right hand, right?
You
Like
just
you
normal
curl.
conducting time. So if you want, you could just isolate it and just do like one.
is this supposed to like?
It's just your normal pattern, so if it's hard for you, do it just isolate your
I'm not saying you have to, or you need to.
isolate your right one for a bit.
I think that'll help.
Because you do all your cues with your left hand. So like going up and down. Like you gotta keep this hand going.
So what are those next?
I was just showing that your left hand will do.
No, I just remembered it and was like, we should teach that one.
Just like move your left, do whatever with your left hand. Keep your left hand moving.
Don't hitch. You're hitching. Sometimes, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but sometimes I feel like you're going a lot higher. Like, you breathe your elbows up a little bit. It might just be me seeing things. I think it feels like mechanical.
It's like this time is going higher.
Sometimes you won't feel level, but you are level.
You do. You have emotions and movement. Now, try if you can.
Yeah, because you're fine. You're fine. It's all
Making
fine.
a face to it. To as I have a part of it, and then I'll adjust the later.
Okay. Probably went longer than we needed to. Check it out. How are you feeling? That's a nice cue, a nice start. Nice start for my least favorite cue. So, I don't know. Maybe I have that notion that the crescendo decrescendo one was the one that in the 5-minute warm.
That one I
So,
kind of hate that one.
your right hand's conducting 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So like whenever if it's a crescendo thing, your hand has to do this beautiful like little turn.
Yeah, and the problem that you will face whenever you first try it is kind of like with the beat instead of
Or just like getting here before you're done.
yeah, or
Just
like going
I'm
too
waiting.
fast. Crescendo. Yeah.
Sometimes I tried to do it because I needed to be like around here on here, just like, and then I would smooth it out. Or I would just 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I bring my 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Do you have any questions on how this is done? It's pretty self-explanatory. You're just moving from the shoulder. There's no elbow movement. No way to hitch there. Or no way to hitch. No way to.
That'll happen.
What happened?
He's kind of like stop.
I'm gonna turn on the metronome for you guys. You can note this on your own. You also don't have to count yourself off unless you want to be fancy. If you want to be fancy, that's fine.
I just moving your right hand.
Oh. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, you feel yourself traveling. Yeah. So you can try that for me with your left hand.
So if you want, just like slap your arm around, like do a whole bunch of ones. You want to practice the movement with the arm. Like a whole bunch of ones, and then you can add beats in.
That was a little bad.
I think what would help Oscar most is just practicing with the left hand and then adding the right hand.
Yeah. You just move. You don't have to spin back. You can just move your left hand.
Yeah. It's like the color guard. It's a thing. I think so away. Not down. It's down motion slow. I'm just doing this. I'm just doing all four. I have to do it.
So you're moving your arms like independently of each other perfectly fine. You're just kind of stopping and then oh, and then
It's like three.
yeah, you just stop it. If you can't keep going the way that's awkward for you too much, then just like make it move slower.
It's for another minute.
I wouldn't say keep it. Look at your high five.
Oh yeah, I don't actually mean trying to like some of the things. It's like
So make it pretty. So like I've seen people kind of like the people who are trying out for DCIs, they kind of like go up with like their hands and like make it all pretty. Just like make it pretty. This is crescendos and decrescendos are like the pretty parts of music. Like, just make it pretty.
I wrote down. Oscar, do you have a shirt on underneath your jacket? Can you take off the jacket? You're like freezing cold. I'd like to see your arms a little better. I feel like it's restricting your movement. If you feel restricted, feel free to like pull your sleeves up. I did this a ton in summer jam.
I thought it was just because it was hot.
I also wanted to tan.
show off your muscles.
Oh, that too.
I did it so I didn't get tan like that. Oh, the reason why.
I did this instead of girls.
I love it. I love it. Yeah.
Alright. And stop. All right. What's another cue we could teach them? That's the throw.
We didn't really like. I just talked about the big 1 and 4 3. We didn't really do it. I don't think they need to.
That's pretty self-explanatory. You're literally just bigger form, whatever it is. Whether it's like big 1, big 2. Basically, you're just bigger. Big 3, big 4. Literally crossing.
It's literally just bigger.
And then if it's even bigger than that, you just lift your toes, your heelsies off the ground. Don't lift your toes. Lift your toes.
Remember that
Don't
one
change
time
your height.
you got drunk remember that one time you got drunk?
And then it was really windy and stormy, and they were like taking.
Jessica literally like hopped over on the small podium. Brandon could have flew away though.
And we were on the stage, and I was terrified the stage was just gonna roll us off the field, and the show would be over. You know, the trombone,
That would
not
be
the trombone.
awesome.
You know, the low brass was like the brass in general was winning, and then the woodwinds had this amazing, awesome attack, so the brass lost.
Yeah, they
Taken away.
That would have been an awesome exit though. Just like giant brass sounds. And then just,
Oh,
I
okay,
kind of missed that one. I
let's
missed
do
all the
the
thunderstorms
the
that would
throw.
happen in the middle of it.
throw hurts your back because you're literally
You have to
rotating.
exaggerate. I have to exaggerate. And then you gotta remember Brandon
Hitting it.
Come on.
He was all like,
Yeah.
Nina really wanted to do a throw, so we added the throw, and then when Nina got quarantined and stuff, we took away the throw.
It's too awkward.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Literally break your back.
So on 4, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3. No, 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 no.
1, 2, 3, 4. And
Okay, so and.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. So I'm gonna try on that. Yeah, it's a quick slap. So if you don't have a solid ictus, you're gonna end up looking like. So if anyone's watching this in the future, it's the throw. So it's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Here's a little rotation
here,
here,
it would be easy.
and then.
And look less awkward.
this is already
I
like
was doing to the left.
your one.
It's to the right.
Which one is it?
To the right.
It's to the right.
Huh?
Good, that one's
Yeah,
this
that's
is
more
worse.
awkward.
It's always to the right.
That makes it more awkward for me.
It's way more awkward to the left.
And I'm not even left-handed.
This has to do with, this probably has to do with the way that your thumbs work. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Like when you clasp your hands,
Yeah, you're right.
your arm is over.
This is weird. It's left over right. Yeah.
Mine's left over right too, but
It's exactly.
It's to the right.
I'm gonna try to let you know. We're gonna rehearse it for a bit.
I don't know.
Oh,
Practicing that for so long. Literally drilled him on 3. You will never miss it again.
There's no more. Here or
It's
up?
like a high level with the shoulders. See, that's you're not gonna like go all the way out. Just more of a rotation of the twist that you need to focus on. Just the gym stuff. Okay. It's okay.
Let's be careful.
Soon, like 5 minutes. We want to have them conduct to a song. The cues on their own.
It's gonna be a fun song. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'll actually watch. Yeah, make sure you don't you're just rotating the hips. So there's no like lagging movement. Cool.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out if I should turn my head. What should I turn? I know I should turn my upper body. Should I turn my head with it?
Yeah, turn your head. If you don't, it's gonna
You're just like
be
looking at everything else.
Okay.
He's like this way. Wee.
See why it's such a
Pitching. And your pattern is getting smaller as you're thinking about it. Make sure you're cutting staying big. I don't want you guys to like blow your backs out. But, yeah, check it out. We can connect to a song.
Yay.
And you can put it like right up here, so if anyone listens in the future, you guys can watch the videos I put on YouTube and practice for yourselves.
It'd
be so cool.
Literally, I can watch myself there. Yeah, it's a whole lot.
Okay.
Tell them when you want them to
Like,
start.
myself too, like, in the-
Set.
Relax.
Set. Look at that face of disappointment.
Oh no, it isn't playing.
Stay set. Stay the awesome little drummer that you are.
Oh. There it is.
We just had the most amazing.
There were some pop tunes where I just didn't bother to look off, and I was like, damn, okay, cool. Okay, how are we feeling? You feel like we learned stuff today?
Yeah.
Next week, we're going to go over I don't know what we call it. We're gonna write measures and time signatures on the board, and you're gonna conduct them. Oh. And we're gonna do some more music practice. We're gonna go over everything we've done.
Yeah,
And
and
then-
that will make you be happy. I will.
Practice over the break after that. And if you have questions and you think like, oh, am I still swooping? Just send a little video.
I will answer questions.
We will answer questions. You have our number?
Or Snapchats of some kind.
Any ways to contact us other than Remind, although Remind is still a way to contact. All right, cool. And sanitize it up. Let's set up this band. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it.